All right, everybody, welcome to the video here for lesson number 4 on similarity transformations. Just like in the notes, for some reason I keep writing rigid motions here everywhere, but this should say similarity transformations, right? I'll just put ST, right? I don't know, I must have been crazy when I was making this, or it was super late. So in this question, it says in the diagram below, we have two triangles that are similar, meaning we have congruent angles and our segments are proportional. It says BC is 18 and EC is 6. It says describe a sequence of rigid motions that would map the big triangle ABC onto the small triangle DEC. So if you look, if I was to flip this triangle ABC over the line AC or reflect it, it'd wind up looking something like this. So I'd have B up here and A would stay in the same spot. So the first thing I would do, I would reflect over AC. The second thing I would do would be dilate. Now, I went from a segment of 18 and made it into a segment of 6. So I would dilate by 1/3, and I'm getting closer to the point C, so we would say by C. So notice it's kind of like I'm stretching towards or shrinking towards point C. Now, if I wanted to write this with notation, I would use an uppercase D for dilation, about C of 1/3, after a reflection over AC. Number 2 says that these two triangles are similar to each other, and it asks us to perform a bunch of different proportions here. So one of the things that we notice is that A and D are the same size angle, B and E are the same size angle, and C and F are the same size angle. So that should allow us to easily figure out our segments. So for me, I always look for the long segment first. So AC is going to correspond to DF, and I'll use color here. The small segment, BC, is going to respond to EF, and AB is going to correspond to FD. So when I go through and start to look at these ratios, I'm trying to figure out which ones I'm comparing, and I want to compare the same corresponding ones on the other side. So for this first ratio, I'm comparing AB to AC, which means I have to compare the red side to the blue side of the big triangle. So that would be DE compares to DF. Remember, I want to use the same pieces just in the other triangle, so the corresponding parts. For B, I have AB compares to BC. So AB is in the small triangle, BC is in the small triangle. So I'm comparing the red side to the green side, so I can compare DE to EF, and that should be the same proportion. For part C, it compares DE to EF, so that's the red piece to the green piece of the big triangle. So I want to compare the red piece, AB, to the green piece, BC, of the small triangle. Then I have DF compares to DE. So DF is the blue piece, DE is the red piece. So if I compare blue to red in the small triangle, I would wind up getting AC compares to AB. There are many other proportions that can be found with these two congruent, similar triangles. All right, I just asked you to find these four. Pretty quick and easy lesson. Don't forget to do the take-home assignment that's also due tomorrow. All right, hopefully these videos help. All right, and start studying for your quiz coming up. Good luck.